My name's Visho. I play in a band called Luca Brasi. We are kicking off our tour with our best mates in Spanish love songs in a few weeks. I'm here to chat about how excited I am about it.
Beautiful, mate. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Excitable.
I love it. I'm pumped.
So, as you mentioned, bro, Luca Brasi will shortly commence the World Don't Owe You Anything album tour, starting in Canberra on May the 15th and going through Adelaide, Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane, Gold Coast, and Sydney before finishing in Newcastle on May the 25th. Like, it's a pretty extensive run of shows, bro.
Yeah, man. It's so nice to be able to go and play places that don't get got to as much as they should. So it's nice to go back to those towns. We come from Tassie quite often back in the day. Tassie didn't get all these tours, so it's nice to go and play those sort of places too.
Yeah, cool. Like, it's probably a bit bigger run of shows than what you'd normally do, bro. So is there anything special you're going to be doing to mentally and physically prepare, or are you just going to be sinking lots of piss?
I'm going to try to sink less piss. So bloody don't try and enable me, Kris.
All right, mate.
Being the singer, my goal is to pick your battles these days. I've got to be smart about it, and it's easy to say and hard to do.
I'll back you in. I'll back you in until you get to Brisbane anyway, mate.
I love it, mate. I love it. Nah, just trying to learn their songs again. It's been a while since we got to tour, so you do lose your gig fitness a bit. So we'll blow out the cobwebs for the first few shows and then really get stuck in, I reckon.
Nice. And as the name suggests, you were touring on the back of last year's album, The World Don't Owe You Anything. So how was the reception of that one?
Mate, it was awesome. It was so nice to put out a record and to get that sort of response back from it. We had our first record in a few years. Things kind of had changed a bit in the band. We've got, everyone gets bloody older, unfortunately. But, we kind of realigned the way we wanted to do stuff. We made the record at home. We recorded it ourselves. Did it the way we wanted to do it. We wanted to kind of play, some more. I mean, never been a heavy band, but to get back into some more sort of punk sort of roots is nice too.
Yeah, cool. And that was your sixth studio album, mate. So where do you rate it amongst the others? Like, have you got a list of favorites to least favorites, or?
I reckon I'd put it at probably number. I have to say it's got to be number 2.
Yeah, right.
2 out of 6.
What's beating it?
I think there's a place in my heart for our third record called "If This Is All We're Going to Be," because that's the one where we started to see things kick off. The first time we went overseas, the first time hearing a lot of those songs on the radio, and to watch that many people come to our shows. So that there's a real lot of sentimental value attached to that album for sure.
Yeah, cool. Now, speaking of all the albums in the catalogue, mate, like how do you reckon the band's sound has changed and grown from your debut Extended Family in 2011 to The World Don't Owe You?
Man, so like when we started this band, we didn't even mean to be a band. We had no idea what the hell we're doing. None of us knew how to write songs. We still don't, obviously, but like we just tried to write 10 songs for Extended Family, enough to put out a record. And it was all just like ripping off every band we loved as kids, all those punk bands. And then we put out another record, which is kind of like feeling our way a bit further. And I think just from then it's been like refining what we're actually trying to do and knowing enough about songwriting to actually figure that out rather than just bashing out 10 songs that fit together.
Yeah, right. So would you say as a band, mate, like you've actually found your musical identity yet, or are you still experimenting and searching?
I think we're getting closer, man. You find phases where you put out a song or something and think, were we trying to do something that, reached too far for something that wasn't there? But I feel like we're kind of getting back to what we want to do now for sure.
Yeah. Do you find that like as you put more albums out and you get more popular, I guess, that you sort of lose focus of that a little bit, like where you want to go musically, and you sort of start?
Yeah, definitely, man. You see it happen to bands all the time. But I feel like, we're back to kind of just wanting to put out, music that we like to do. We were trying really hard for a while there to find exactly what worked for us better, but I feel like we've kind of been through that phase and come out the other side.
Yeah. Now, every press release I've ever read about you guys always refers to you as a bunch of mates. Like, how important has that been in your success? Like, just the fact that you can all get on and not kill each other.
Fucking mate, that's the only reason is to get to do this band, because getting to hang out still means a lot to us. I went to kindergarten with Pat, who plays guitar in the band, fucking 31 years ago. So we're pretty good at, if we're on tour and someone's tired, you just leave that person alone for the day, and no one takes it fucking too personally, because we know each other well enough to go, look, fuck off, mate. I need a fucking break, all right?
Yeah, that's it. You can like raise
that's
one
it.
eyebrow.
That's it, man. Like we know each other well enough. That's just how it goes. But I think the best thing is we're still just excited to see each other at the airport. You know, that's just the chance to hang out. It's bloody awesome.
Just as excited to wave goodbye when you get home too, though. I bet sometimes.
Yes, mate. Starts off very positive, and nah, mate. Like I said, like we know each other well enough to go. Just give me a fucking break right now, or I'm going to wind you up as much as possible.
Yeah, sweet.
Both ways.
People out there who might not have seen you guys before, like what can fans expect from your live shows? Like, is it pretty full on? I know you get into it.
That's the thing, man. Like I said, we're just so excited to be on tour still. Like as soon as you rip out that first thing on stage, it's like, fuck, I'm happy to be here. And I feel like we're at a time in our lives where the way the music industry is too, like we're grateful to be able to play shows at all. It's a privilege to be able to get on stage, and the fucking smile that gets on my face when I walk on that stage, mate. So I'm genuinely excited older men now that can sweat and swear and have a few beers and just have a good time, mate. That's all I ever wanted to do.
You know, now you mentioned before, but you're bringing with your LA outfit Spanish love songs. So tell us a bit more about them.
Mate, we have been mates with those guys for a while, just through the internet, the magic of fucking Instagram. Always love their music, just chatting on and off. They put out a record a few months ago called No Joy, which we loved, and it just timed really well with getting him on this tour. We're pretty similar in what we want to do with the ethos of the band, sonically, thematically. They write awesome music. We're pretty excited to spend this much time with them.
Yeah, cool. And what's next for Luca Brasi after this run of shows, mate? You got plans for anything else, or are you going to take a bit of time?
Mate, we've started writing songs again somehow. Like every time it gets to this point, I'm like, how the fuck are we back here again? Like it just happens. Someone will put a riff up in the band chat, and I'll think, fuck, not again. And here we go again, mate.
The cycle begins.
Just keep going. We just somehow keep doing it, man. If people are dumb enough to listen, then I'm dumb enough to write some words.
Fantastic. All right, bro.
Very grateful, mate. Thank you.